Welcome to the Smite Force Chronicles. Is that better, David? You wanted the echo, so.
Thank you.
This is episode 2 of season 4, and I don't typically tell you the titles of the episodes, but this one's called Into the Dark, so that should you probably assume you're going into some caves. When we were last here, you made your way through the Badlands. It was interesting. You guys spent a lot of time, sort of prepping, doing things. You camped a couple of nights. It was a fun little journey. But you've arrived at the cave entrance to the mines of Tethymar, a hidden entrance, or a secret entrance, or I guess not so secret. You found out about it. But it was a less traveled entrance that you'd heard rumors about. Seditious provided you a hand-drawn map with some notes and scribbles, and it got you to this entrance. Upon arrival, well, this is what you saw. I might as well replay it. Skadoosh. So the cave entrance is an unassuming opening in the rock face, almost as if the mountain itself invites explorers into its depths. A natural archway of jagged stone frames the entrance, which is wide enough to accommodate 2 people walking side by side. Now, beyond the mouth of this cave, darkness shrouds what lies within, a veil that even a day's light seems reluctant to pierce. The air near the entrance is cool and damp, carrying the scent of wet earth and subterranean promise of hidden mysteries waiting to be uncovered. Now, what you see once you get a little bit closer is that actually this thing is sealed shut. So there's what appears to be some sort of a stone door sort of sealing off the cave. I believe that is the correct narrative, right? You also see that this opening, it seems natural at first glance. But upon a little bit more inspection, I think you guys inspected it, correct? If you guys want to remind me.
Yep.
It revealed it was a little bit of a deception there, right? There's some uneven earth at the mouth, and you feel that this might be trapped in some way, shape, or form. So, which of you wants to lead? There's only 3 of you. I'm not going to do a poll. You tell me.
Well, just for right now, the encounter of the door, Toth would love to just go and take a look at it. I'm intrigued, and I want to see if I can determine what the mechanism is. Awesome.
So, you go ahead and I'm going to move Tempe out of the way. Per what I just mentioned, people, if they're not here to control their characters, they become sort of like background players. And man, everything is unresponsive for me. All right, so I'm going to have you roll a perception check.
Sounds good. Will it prompt me automatically, or do I need?
It will. It'll prompt you. Although sometimes I think that I get carried away with these epic rolls, because maybe not every roll should be epic, because sometimes it is just a roll, like old school. So, but we can chat about the logistics. I think I'm actually going to have just 2. Now, the user experience of this tool that I use, there's available and selected panels for people that are going to roll. It's like I can choose which people roll. And to remove someone from the selected, I have to click an icon with a plus on it.
That's weird.
It is very weird. It's every time I'm confused. So then I think, well, do I right click? But I don't. If I right click, it becomes a contest as opposed to a roll. So, anywho, more than you probably wanted to know. This is a perception check.
It's not prompting me for some reason.
Oh, I have not hit the button yet.
Oh, sorry.
Because I inadvertently clicked persuasion, and I don't think you're going to persuade it to do anything. And I'm actually going to put the DC.
Please don't be trapped and open. Please just.
I mean, it might work better if I'm trying to persuade it. I'm not perceptive, but I don't know that. I'm not introspective. Top doesn't think about these things.
Good, you're role-playing your character appropriately then.
See, Dinjarin just doesn't think though.
And I think I removed. I removed. Oh boy, I think I removed the animations, by the way. So yeah, so you have not really.
It looks like a door, guys.
Tracked, yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's a door.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast Detect Magic on the door.
All right.
Because I think we said we saw runes, right?
Oh yeah. So let me. Yeah. So let me post some more narrative, right? because here's what you know, right? So, like, upon first glance, because you did this last time, upon first glance, the cave entry into the mines of Tethymar seems like any other cave opening. However, a closer inspection reveals something unsettling. Etched geometric patterns in the surface around the opening have grooves, unusually deep, and their angular lines are cutting into the stone with sort of a distinct purpose. To the seasoned adventurer, e.g., after 4 years, you guys, these peculiarities would spell out one thing: this entry is trapped. So you know it's trapped. So Toph, I think the change would have been. Oh, did she just drop?
No, I'm here. I just had to turn off my camera for a minute.
No worries. I think the perception check that was a garbage roll that didn't matter anyway. Because I think what you're trying to figure out is how is it trapped? What is the mechanism? Yeah. So for that, it depends on that would be more of an investigation, unless you have thieves' tools.
Oh yes, I do.
Right?
I don't think I have thieves' tools. No.
I do.
Ooh. Well, do you want to take over? Because I ascertained this is a door. You can take it from here.
What I'm curious about is what kind of trap is it, and if opening the door, will that trigger the trap?
All right, so here we go. And let me remove... So this is just Tyros rolling this time. A tool check.
You're gonna steal the door?
Oh, you're still animated.
I am.
Are the animations horrible and unnerving, or are they interesting?
Some of them are a little bit unnerving.
Mine goes cross-eyed occasionally. It looks like he's having a stroke.
He's
Mine,
old.
like the whole bottom of the face just shifts down, but the top stays. It's weird.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some. I made the mistake of subscribing to a service that does these animations, and then because you couldn't see them until you subscribed, right? So I may just be out $50 for the year, because they look kind of horrible.
It's really weird.
Like Glory's the way her head is shaped. Like the top of her head would stay still, and the rest of her head would move around, so her like forehead would stretch. So it was hard to get the animations, and but I just wanted them to be very subtle. Like they don't need to be like, I just wanted them to be like, blink a little bit, occasionally move a slight head movement, just to add a little something. But nah, we'll figure it out. Anyway, you succeeded, Mr. Tyros. So, you guys see Tyros sort of reach up and sort of gingerly run his hands along the walls and around the edges and the glyphs, and the glyphs seem to be somewhat of a false positive. They're almost decorative, maybe a signal, maybe they say something. You aren't quite sure, but as you sort of stick your fingers sort of like reluctantly into those channels, hoping that it's not full of spiders or centipedes or any other creature, you feel like these grooves are designed to guide something, right? And you see there's 2 significant grooves across each side. You also, as you're feeling the ground below, it looks like it goes from ground right into sort of the mouth of the cave where this. And by the way, I'm wrong. I just reread my narrative. You can see cleanly into the cave. It's not actually locked. I have it locked so that people didn't just wander into it without me telling them the narrative. So it's actually open. So
it's just the grooves that were. How large are these grooves? Are they like grooves that maybe had a like a rail system or rails for a mining cart, or are they smaller grooves that would house like either a rope or like a small river of liquid?
Now that, my friend, is an investigation check. And there's going to be probably one more check for all 3 of you, depending on what Tempe get. Oh, he did a good, or what Tyros got here. He did a good job.
Oh, wow. That's a really good job.
Oh, that's the other thing is when people aren't here, I'm not going to roll perception, persuasions, like what they know stuffs. Like, they're just going to be NPCs. And unless you guys feel otherwise, I'm just trying to simplify and speed up the rules. So, yeah, Tempe, you reach in there, and then all of you hear sort of like twang. It's like your finger connects with a little wire, or a significant wire. So there's some sort of a wire, and as your finger touches the wire, you see the ground at the entrance sort of just barely lift up. You just see it just disturb the earth under it a little bit, and so you're doing the math in your head, and it seems like there's some pressure plate in the mouth of the cave that, because I was an idiot and forgot that I had locked that door to stop people from just blundering in, was meant to sort of trap you. So when you stepped across the pressure plate, something was going to happen with those wires, right? And well, we don't know what would happen. You aren't exactly sure what the mechanism is, but Dinjarin, you have flashbacks to the goblin caves.
Hey guys, I think this could be dangerous. Just don't send me.
Do we know how large the pressure plate is? Like, can we step around it?
No, it spans the width, and you could potentially try jumping over it, but you don't know what other things are ahead. You could do that, yeah.
Are there rocks or pebbles like around on the floor?
Yeah, you're outside, so it's like earth.
I want to just take a couple of pebbles and just kind of start throwing them into the hallway.
Okay, so you guys see Dinjarin, in your periphery, like he grabs a handful of these pebbles, and they range from little tiny pebbles to maybe a couple of inches across, and sort of he tosses them. Some go into the cave, disappear into the darkness. You hear them sort of tinkling to a stop or rolling to a stop. Some of them land on the pressure plate, and you hear a sort of a metallic clank, but nothing really sets it off. It's as if it's not quite that sensitive, right?
So it definitely needs more weight to it.
Exactly. Plus, you even see the footprints of critters that have went into and out of the cave. So it doesn't seem to. It seems to be some sort of weight, right? So like a raccoon or a rat or something is probably not going to set it off.
Can I look in the sack that's right here?
At this point, you guys are welcome to open up stuff and do what you want, but I just didn't want it to happen while I was giving you the narrative. Oh, looks like I have a broken image here. That's great.
Can take a lantern.
There's some interesting things in the crate. We have some dynamite, some gunpowder in a powder horn. There is a miner's pick, some rope, and a net.
I have a rope.
The sack has a candle, some candles, some oil flasks, a grappling hook, some iron spikes, and some wooden stakes. And some silver coins, by the way.
Oh, you should grab those for sure. Alright, I grabbed a couple of the rations just because, don't want to be hungry. We need snackies.
There, it's a sack again. I couldn't stand the aesthetics of having the broken icon. Yeah, so I'm sorry, what did you guys find? You found some... Oh, you found some dynamite.
Mm-hmm.
You were outside of mine.
Yep.
So, Tyros, you're looking at the dynamite, and it's looking a little weathered. It's been there a while, right? It's almost like a battery that you've left in a device too long, and there's a little bit of a whatever. But the wick feels wet or feels dry. It's not damp. You feel like this is probably still functional.
I open up the powder horn and check and smell the gunpowder. Is that seem dry, or does that seem like it's been waterlogged?
Oh, that's good as new, and appears to be sort of dwarven quality.
Ooh, all right. Well,
you do remember that these are dwarven mines, you guys.
I want to look around and see if I can find like a rock, not a small one, but one big enough where I could kind of still roll and not have to drop it on something.
More of a boulder.
It definitely has some heft to it, like maybe something that's around 20 pounds, 10 to 20 pounds.
We can just throw the sack over.
So you're not really seeing anything, Dinjarin. Nothing's like that. I mean, you could trek back into the into the woods and possibly find something. If you want to do that, I'll let you do that.
Jaren, you'd mentioned that there was some steel spikes and stakes in that bag. I've got an idea about this pressure plate. How about hammering a couple spikes into the sides of where the pressure plate is, so that
It can't go down.
Yeah, so that it can't go down.
Alright.
Well, first,
Before you
let's
go-
think about history.
Yeah, before you go too much farther, I wanna do a quick history check.
Let's see what we understand about wooden spikes and pressure plates.
Dwarves
Yeah.
exist. I remember that from my history.
Did I just get a 0?
You got a 0.
I got a 4. I am definitely the genius.
Thank God Tyros is here for you. So Tyros, as you
Sorry,
felt
that's the word.
as you felt those cables, you recall, some of the time you spent with your dwarven pals in bars, and you've talked about their craft and their mining and whatever else, and you're familiar with this sort of mechanism. This is a pretty common mechanism, right? There's a pressure plate, there's a cable running down each side, and to disarm it, this needed to be something the dwarves could do themselves, right? This is sort of like it's going to prevent people or things from just sort of blundering into these caves, because they have not mined all of this yet. Like this system here is maybe connected to the mines, but they have not put the infrastructure in place, right? You see some beams, that there's some reinforcements going on, so like they were probably on it, but they hadn't gotten here yet. This is really more of a stopgap, and those symbols let the dwarves know, whoa, be sure to disable the trap before you come on in. And it's as simple or as hard as 2 people each taking one of the cables and just unhooking it. But you also know that you need to do it at roughly the same time, right? Because if you do one side and not the other side, it's going to trigger the trap, right? So this also prevented sort of solo travelers from wandering into the mines and doing things themselves, right? So yeah, the dwarves were smart. This is mechanical, it's simple, it's effective. So you guys could go on with your scheming, but I'm saying it like you know how to disarm it.
Having remembered some drunken conversations in bars with my dwarf friends, I lean over to Dinjarin and suggest to him, hey, listen, if you grab the one cable on the one side, I grab the other cable on the other. We both lift at the same time and unattach the cable. That's going to disarm this plate. You ready to do that?
Are you sure? I could just walk in. It seems
No,
safe. I can
no,
walk
no,
in.
no,
No.
no.
Are you
And
sure?
and Tyros, with that,
Okay.
you think that maybe as you're having this sort of like familiar conversation with Dinjarin, that maybe you should clue Aaron in real quick on what the hell happened
Who is
with
there?
the Goblin Caves. I'm sorry, Toph.
No.
My bad. Yeah.
So
And do you
Dinjarin,
remember the specifics, or do you want me to jog your memory?
I remember part of the specific.
Yeah, so
jog my
Dinjarin-
memory again.
Yeah,
So
Dinjarin starts to weave the tale of Dinjarin's blunder, as they've begun to call it since then, where a simple rescue mission to rescue some people that were being held captive by some goblins turned into a 6-month underground excursion, simply because Dinjarin forgot to remove his armor,
So
lost
I think
stealth.
Dinjarin would have told it as, I gave the group an opportunity to show how glorious we were at smiting goblins.
Indeed.
I may have forgot to take my armor off, and I may have tripped a slight little trap that got us trapped inside some cave. But I mean, come on.
All of these rocks come in and close off our only exit.
As the grand scheme of things, we were able to prove ourselves as adventurers. Without that, where would we be?
Yeah,
As I'm slowly kind of reaching up for this cable that, I'm like, so should I pull?
Just stop.
No. Okay.
Doc.
Let's
Injarin, why don't you step back? Toph,
Okay.
do you think you could handle this task with me?
I'll step out of the way.
I
Oh, that's
Might I suggest
can't-
that this is going to require a dexterity check, and you guys might want to like be
Um,
mindful of your
Jaren would
dexterities.
probably
By the
be
way,
better.
GM, really quick. Every time I move my character, I'm getting when you right click, you get all those things that show up.
The pings, yeah.
Angry.
Yeah, I'm not the pings like it's like, oh, you could change your outfit. Like anytime I'm grabbing my character to move, it's showing me all of that.
I have to drop real
Weird.
quick for a show off with Pascal. So I will see you guys in hopefully like 20 minutes, maybe 30.
Okay,
Sorry.
no worries.
Alright.
You won't be dead, hopefully.
Thank you.
So with that, I'll say I moved out of the way and made room for Toph and Tyros to do the.
Well, so there's Toph, but I will say that like Tempe's dexterity is 20, and well, Gloria's is only 14. So I would say that Tempe would move into place for this. Do you think?
Yeah, maybe
Alright.
Tempe should do it.
And who's the second?
I've got a dexterity of 20 as well.
Oh, then yeah, you and Tempe should do it because I got a 14.
Wow, this is so laggy.
You're at 1056.
Yeah, I see that. That's banana nut bread, man. That is, I don't know what's going on. So here we go. These two gentlemen are going to do an epic roll. And you see, so Tyros and Tempe slide their hands along the cable. Tyros, you've explained to Tempe sort of what to look for. There should be a mechanism, some sort of a pinning mechanism that should be, fairly easy to disarm, but you want to make sure that the pressure plate settles into place at the same time, right? So not one side versus the other side, because it'll think it's being stepped on, right? So Tempe gets it, and this is a dexterity check. Ability, dexterity. And the DC is, let me look what my DC is for this. With your dexterities, it's very low. It's almost, it's pretty much an instant. The only issue would be if you fumble.
Oh, let's hope not.
And I mean a natural fumble. So like you can't fumble because you both have bonuses. But if either of you rolls a 1, it's a fumble. And that's it.
No
That's
pressure.
why
No
it's
pressure.
basically saying DC versus 1. So it's your race to lose. And Tempe's like, you ready? 1, 2, 3. And you guys both roll at the same time. And for a second, it was a fail. So you succeeded. So you guys hear click, and then you hear some sort of mechanical like tick 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 going on inside of the cave, and that pressure plate just sort of like settles down with a slight puff of dust right onto the ground. It has been disarmed. So you hear. And everything is good to go. So let's see.
Well done, Tempe.
Trap
Well done.
success. Trap success. Into the cave. So sort of carefully disarming the intricate trap on the entrance door, each member of the party synchronizing their actions to disable the mechanisms on both sides. They find the imposing... I guess there was a frickin' door. I'm so stupid. I need to put that in my notes. Already slightly open, with the groan of ancient hinges that have moved in maybe years, perhaps even centuries, the pressure plate settles and goes silent. Crossing the threshold, you step into the caves of Tethymar. The atmosphere is heavy with history, and the weight of silence feels almost anticipatory. So you don't have to move in, but you guys are now welcome.
I walk past everybody and walk away. Like, let's go.
I need to get rid of something from my inventory. What is all of that thundering? What can I get rid of my inventory? I am slightly over encumbered.
I think Tempe would sort of would move in.
I'm looking around and yelling back, "Hey guys, this is cool. This reminds me kind of home."
Yeah, you like the dark.
Careful, there's a skeleton down over there.
Yeah, one of the first things you see, Dinjarin, is that there's definitely a skeleton sort of off to the west, kind of. Dinjarin says, "Hey, it looks like there's a passage that goes to the north, and I see a crate, sort of a crate up there." And then also, like, the dwarves have not completely neglected this area, and you see that there's some at least stone stairs carved into the earth, sort of heading sort of down into the cave. And I will pull Stephanos in.
Okay. I am now at a decent. I'm not unencumbered.
Man, this is slow. Stephanos is like, just past this skeleton, I see a chest. Sort of down those stairs, just sort of inviting me to grab it.
Tell her to be careful. It might be a trap. Or a mimic. We don't know. Could be.
One does not know until one figures it out.
I'm gonna walk over to this crate and check it out.
Okay.
I want to look to make sure it's not trapped. I'm assuming it just looks like a supply crate, so I'm guessing it probably isn't, but just before I open it, just take a quick gander.
Alright, let's have you roll for that. That would be investigation. Oops. Sorry, that was Stephanos. This is she's rolling for nothing. I don't know why she was selected. Oh, because I had her character highlight.
Can I use her 17?
Well, I mean, I will give her. So the investigation is like she sees a skeleton, and she doesn't sense any traps per se, or at least mechanical traps. But now, Dinjarin, it's your turn. That would be you're doing an investigation. You're looking for traps, right?
Specifically on the crate. Before I open up the crate, just want to make sure it's not like trapped.
As far as you know, that crate is not trapped.
I'm gonna go ahead and open it.
All right, go for it.
I just kind of yell back to everybody. Does anyone need arrows? There's some arrows in here. There's some rations. There's a couple of torches. A water skin. Rope and a net.
Don't forget you're going to need food. You may need water.
Oh, I guess outside of game, that is a good question since Stephanos is no longer going to be playing. Is she going to continue on with us today?
I don't know. I mean, I do know, but I'm not going to... I can't tell you. We have a plan for Stephanos. But here's what I will say, because I think I know what you're asking is let me be frank. If you're counting on Stephanos for food and water, that's cool. But also, in real life, whether she was out having her baby or in game disappeared, died, whatever else, like, you wouldn't be able to rely on her. So I think it's within your best interest to be self-sufficient.
Yeah.
He says.
I'll take.
And Tempe says, grab them arrows. Can you hang on to them for me? Because he always is looking for arrows.
I'll just take it all.
All right. So as you're picking that stuff up, you feel some moisture drip on sort of the back of your neck. And from the ceiling above, this gelatinous cube drops to the ground. It's not overly large, but it's right next to you. you guys are in combat. So let me do this.
Oh, crap.
And
I immediately swing around as I see it fall, by the way, to like stare right at it.
oh, I like that you can roll. So are you guys seeing dice for rolls for initiative?
No, there was at the top. Yeah, we had little flags come down with each avatars or each picture on there.
No, but are you seeing dice roll on the screen?
No.
Oh, generally yes.
Because I'm not
But
seeing.
there wasn't anything recent.
Yeah, the other group is like, where's all of the dice? Because they loved rolling for initiative because like 1,000 dice would roll onto the screen, and that stopped happening, and I'm not sure why.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a while from what I can remember.
And were you asked to roll for
We're gonna
initiative?
roll
Because
initiative.
you guys, it should be asking you to roll for initiative.
No, it
No,
hasn't. What is this?
You know what I noticed was there's a little dice on the faces at the top that I clicked on that, like a little
Yeah.
icon of a dice overlaid our face, and so I assumed that was the new way, and I just clicked on that, but it didn't specifically say roll for initiative.
Yeah, you can absolutely roll it that way. By the way, and I just realized that like I have to roll for everyone else. That's why it hasn't been rolled. That poor
Well,
cube
I
is at the
haven't-
bottom.
I clicked it, but I didn't see a roll, and there's nothing showing up in chat.
Yeah, but I do see that it did indeed roll for initiative. So
I'm
Okay.
assuming
I'll figure out what's
that
going on.
It's probably going to get an attack of opportunity on me first because
Yep, it is. But I wanted to at least call out the fact that I need to begin combat.
By the way, I would also, as it fell down, I would have probably screamed, "Ah!"
Yeah, I think that's
But
true.
everyone would at
So
least
you
be
guys-
alerted.
And you guys, so you hear Dinjarin sort of rifling through saying, "Hey, do you need arrows? Do you need rations? Whatever else." And then you hear this sort of the lid come down, and then you hear him, like echo through the cave system, and it echoes and echoes and echoes and echoes. Fool of a toque.
I suppose I probably should have paid more attention to things.
All right, so the gelatinous cube. Has, for some reason, where is
Oh,
it?
I don't see it on the combat tracker.
Oh, I do. Wait. I don't see it on the combat tracker either. Oh, it's Darrett. Okay, I'm gonna pull a different gelatinous cube onto the screen. Give me 2 seconds. Because
It's gone, guys! I
because-
run out when it just.
because the irony is like the gelatinous cube has no actions for some reason.
Oh, it's because you just walk into it. I don't think it really could. A gelatinous cube could do anything. It's just
No, I think
you
it
have to walk.
really.
I think so.
Hold on.
Like, it would have had to fall on me, or I would have had to walk into it for something to happen. I don't
No, but it
think
should.
they really-
But it should be able to. I know it can move, right? So it should be able to move onto you and do damage. But there's nothing listed in it, right? I know it doesn't have like a weapon or anything. Cube. Hold on. All right. So let me go here. Maybe you're right though. I'll find out in 2 seconds.
Oh, it does have a pseudopod melee attack,
Yeah.
and then it can't engulf. The cube moves up to its
There it is.
speed while it can enter large or small creature spaces.
Yeah. So my monster was broken. So let me move him here.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is not actually on top of you. I've got a... Well, it's kind of on top of you, but not... No. There it is. Alright, so... And now I need to add it to the combat tracker.
Okay. Well, that's good.
And then it needs to roll...
Holy
What?
I know I don't know it, but I'm just reading what it does.
Well, that's metagaming, and you should stop that. Yeah, that's why I was surprised, Curtis, when I was like, where's this actions at? Alright.
I was basing my knowledge of it off of the movie, and not that I actually knew about the thing. So
I still haven't seen the movie.
It's actually pretty good.
I know. I need to find a night to do it. I should do it this weekend.
It might be on HBO, maybe.
It is. Yeah, it is available. I think on Amazon for us here.
Oh, I should just give you access to my Plex.
It was on something.
I have this. I have the latest Dungeons and Dragons, and I have all of the other Dungeons and Dragons movies that were ever made. And some of them are very bad.
By the way, I'm still not seeing this new one that you dragged on in the combat tracker either.
Because I don't think you see it until it takes its turn.
Okay.
So all it can do right now, because it has to be a melee attack, right, is its pseudopod.
Well, it can move too. It can walk.
Not for its opportunity. It drops down.
Oh, got it. I think I have a high AC.
Ew. And it missed.
Gross sound.
All right, so Tyros, you are up.
Yeah, Tyros, remembering these some very, very similar creatures from when we were in, I believe, the Goblin Caves, reaches into his pocket and pulls out his Dust of Dryness, and I'm going to run up to this cube. Oops, that was a collide error. So
I'm sitting there like, whoa. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. And come up to this cube.
So you're in the cube. So just so you know, I'm gonna let you undo this because you can't see it. You're in the cube right now.
Oh, I thought I was beside the cube.
Yeah, for some reason it's actually because it's a large thing that can change its shape and form. So yeah, you need to move back like one. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it takes up a huge amount of space.
Oh, okay. So with that, I come up right beside this cube. I've got a Dust of Dryness, and I flick it at the cube.
All right. And so tell me, Mr. Justin, what does that do?
Dust of Dryness. This dust turns a cube of water 15 feet on a side into one marble-sized pellet. So basically, I'm draining all of the liquid out of this creature. It needs to take 10d6 necrotic damage on a fail, and it must make a DC 13 Constitution saving.
That's what I was after. Okay, so it's a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
So gelatinous cube.
It needs to be at 13.
Constitution 13. And you ready for this? Start.
Yep.
And how much of this do you have?
I had. Oh god, I got it written down somewhere.
Got a 20.
Oh, it's saved.
I don't think it matters.
So, Tyros, you throw this dust. You're like, haha! And you throw this dust. And at that very moment, a cave breeze, you see all the cobwebs sort of like push towards you. It sweeps into the cave and around and blows the dust just past you. The good news is it does not. You do not have to save.
No, I need to find my old book because I had written down. I did an initial roll as to how many pieces of dust I have in that bag.
Okay.
I know I had at least 6 still.
So just keep tracking your journal. It's a trust. So the cube is still there.
And with that, I take 2 steps back.
Then you get. Can you go back to where you were for just a second, and he gets the cube gets an opportunity on you.
Oh, wait, I'm still not seeing it in the combat tracker for some reason.
It hasn't taken its turn yet.
Yeah, he doesn't get opportunity because my bonus action is disengage.
Ah. So there you. So you're using your bonus action. You must tell me these things.
Sorry.
So you
you
roll forward
and disengage,
and then roll back.
Yes.
Yeah, leaving Dinjarin standing there.
Yep.
And that's where you want to be?
That's as far back as I can go.
All right. So Toph can get to about here. Oh my gosh. So slow.
I'd also told Dinjarin what it was that I was doing, so that they could, you know, wonder like, what's he blowing on him?
And Toph is like, that area is, I can't make it, I won't be able to make it all the way in. That area is bonkers. So she's gonna like guard the south. Right. And Dinjarin, you see that cube is full of bones. It looks like squirrels and raccoons, and like it's clearly eaten pretty well. Now we've got Glory. What can Glory do?
Glory was with me around that time. I think she realized that fire would do something for the cube if she had some means of...
Yeah, I was gonna say, I would say she would cast Eldritch Blast if that's a fire one, or one of her fire ones at it, kind of disregarding my safety, but trying to kill the thing. To be honest.
She also has Scorching Ray.
Well, maybe that was the one I was thinking of, was Scorching Ray.
Alright, so she's gonna cast Scorching Ray. She also has level 3 Fireball, but I think she might hang on to that one. Yeah.
Yeah, she would hang on to that.
Alright, so Scorching Ray at the cube. And do you think she would cast it as a second level, I assume? Yeah.
So just for clarity, Tyros had 7 deaths left. I don't know if you can read that. So I now have 6.
Okay. And so she's casting. She just asked me a question. Let's see if I did it right. And she's putting all of it towards the gelatinous cube.
Oh.
Wow, lag. So she casts 3 of them, all towards the cube. I like her dice. And so she's hit twice. That's about the 3rd time. And she connects the 3rd time. And Kablawi Kazam, that thing is hurting. So I think she did a total in all 3. She did 19 the first time. She did 6 the second time and 5. Yeah, 19, 5, and then 6 damage all in. So
Holy cow.
she feels pretty good about that. She ends her turn. It's Tempe. What would Tempe do? He doesn't cast. He has arrows. Does Tempe know? Do you guys remember have you guys fought a cube before?
No.
I have.
We only fought those
Or something similar to it. There was the
in the
gelatinous blobs.
dragon cave.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was like weird
Oh,
liquid or gelatinous creatures.
it was the ooze.
Yeah, the ooze.
Yeah, what's it called? There's a color. Something ooze. Anyway,
Although I don't know if Tempe was there when you guys fought those.
Tempe's gonna roll a nature
It was
check.
Yeah, it was myself and Glory that were in
Yeah.
around those, fighting them.
So I think
Glory
Tempe
got
would.
sucked into one, didn't she?
I don't recall. I lose track. I've done 3 different sessions of DD with like 3 different teams, and some of them have fought these before, and some have not. I've just lost track.
Tempe was getting killed by a minotaur at that time. if
Oh
I
yeah,
remember correctly.
yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've never fought a gelatinous cube.
Well, this is a classic, man. This and mimics and gelatinous cubes are classic D&D tropes. So he's got himself a 9. What does that tell him? Just unbelievably basic, non-specific things. Yeah, he's like, you know what? I think, he sees arrows in it. He's gonna hit it with an arrow and see what happens. So that's what he's gonna do. Hint, because of yeah, he's gonna be shooting past all of you. And as you see Tempe raise his arrow to shoot at the cube, you guys have to ask yourself, do you trust him to shoot past all of those people? And my question to you is, do you tell Tempe to stop, or do you say to go for it?
Well, I wouldn't be able to see him because I'm looking directly at the cube, so. But
Tyros and Glory do.
Oh, Tyros' back is to Tempe, but would I have time to look over my shoulder and see what he's doing?
Well, let me ask you this, because again, this is what's hard about playing someone else's character. Do you think that he's arrogant enough? Is he a Legolas shot, or is he a guy who just has a bow and arrow?
So I'll say.
I don't think he's hesitated in the past.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think he would shoot because given the fact that he shot us with and we got hit by his lightning arrows several times, he didn't hesitate. He just said, "All right, I'm gonna do it." So I think he would go for it.
All right, so he's not gonna use his ability, but he's shooting. I hope. Did it do anything for you guys?
No.
Let me try again.
By the way, this is a great way to start off this cave adventure. Like, we're not even 5 minutes in and we're already getting attacked.
Well, you know what? I think
by a gelatinous blob.
I think it's worth noting, Dinjarin, that it's not uncommon to find these kinds of scavenger creatures at the entrance to a cave. Solid hit. Unnatural 20. Oh wait, he critted.
Not a natural.
Not a natural, right? Okay, good.
No.
And 8 points of damage. So he's like, yeah, it does do damage. And he gets a second attack when he hits the first with his arrow, correct?
Yes. If he takes the attack action. I don't think he has to hit. I think it's just he takes an attack action.
Okay.
Hey people, I'm back.
Hey, welcome back.
Whoa!
You're in battle.
We're fighting a gelatinous blob.
And I was actually sleeping in the corner, but I was woken up by the screams of pain, and now I'm here.
You heard what sounded like a little girl
natural
scream.
crit.
So he critted this time.
Like a 6-year-old kid scream and realized, oh, I think Dinjarin is in trouble.
Hey Thomas,
Here.
do you have advantage set on for all of your rolls? Because everything that you roll has got 2 dice coming.
No, that's the bow.
Because he has Baphomet.
Okay.
Oh.
And he's just throwing it all at him. Lots of dice flying around. It's hamstrung.
What were those for?
Because it applies additional damage types.
Oh, okay.
When he does a crit. Now he's critted, so let's roll from the crit table. Hooray! And what does he happen? A mysterious force surrounds you. For the next 1 round, attacks against you are -2 to hit. So he's like, you see him sort of brush a little of the cave dust off his shoulders. And that arrogance has paid off, and that ends his turn. He's going to stand tight. Dinjarin.
Alright, well...
You've got cube all over you. Every time someone's hit this thing or fried this thing, it is splattered all over you.
I can't target it. Oh, there we go. Am I targeting it now?
Yes. Well, I think so, yeah.
Not knowing any better, I would attack it using my sword. Be like, all right, well, I'm just gonna swing at it.
All right.
Oh man, this is like
Yes, I'm at 1109.
super slow. Is it rolled yet? There
Yes.
it is. Wow, that is so slow.
Indeed, sir.
Oh, and I think I get a critical hit with that because of the dragon sword.
Is it a natural 20?
No, with the dragon sword, I get a critical hit if it's like
Oh.
I forgot what the numbers are.
Okay. Go for it.
At least that's what they told me. I am going to use my bonus action of Divine Smite.
Are you?
Yeah. So I took my sword and I just swung as best as I can, like through the middle of this goo. I was like, "Get stuff on my new shield!" And just swiped at it.
Yeah. And what you guys hear coming, echoing from that cave, is it sounds like a 1970s mom, like bare bottom spanking her horrible child that needs to be spanked at the mall. Slap, 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 slap. Sorry, I'm having flashbacks. I guess none of you had corporal punishment growing up. The sound of a bare bottom smack is something that you can't unhear.
I grew up with corporal punishment.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I did.
Yeah. So you know that
was
sound.
wooden
Not with our kids, but I sure did.
Yeah.
My
But, you
mom
know,
had a ping pong paddle with holes drilled through it so that it was aerodynamic.
I will see all of your weapons and raise you a Hot Wheels track.
Oh, yeah, that would
Oh.
hurt. That would.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And my own shoe, by the way. There's a funny story. My own shoe. I went to school one day. Like, we didn't have any money. We were very poor. And I went to school and played frisbee golf in the grass with all of the kids. We played, frisbee football. It was frisbee football. And I had these white Nike sneakers that I like. It was a big deal that I got these because they were a lot of money. And I came home and they were stained green because they had mowed the lawn. Now, to be fair, that's not really my fault, right? But my mom, rest in peace, Mom, chased me around the yard with my shoe, whacking me with my shoe. So, good times. Hey, kids, don't piss off your parents if they're boomers. Okay. Anyway, combat is over, at least for the moment. We didn't even make it to the bottom of the stack. And you guys get all of 450 experience points. So yeah, so this is a cautionary tale, you guys. You made your way into these caves, right? And right towards the mouth, you came across basically a scavenger. Like the catfish of the caves is a gelatinous cube.
Okay, I've never heard it described that way.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, it's a scavenger, right? So it's going to hang where carrion or other creatures or where there's going to be food.
I turn around, look at everybody, and just go, "That was crazy."
Dripping slime.
Just like goo all over me, like. Oh.
Well, I think we should continue forward with no heed whatsoever because nothing bad could ever happen to us. I have learned nothing.
Okay, let's do it.
And I forgot. It should have just gotten dark for everyone, by the way, because I'd forgotten to enable darkness.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
But I think we all have dark vision, yes?
Does everybody have dark vision?
Most of us do.
Yeah, I think most of you do.
Dark few, but I'm pretty sure it says.
Oh, and by the way, in case you didn't know this, if you right-click your own character, I think it's right-click for you, it's right-click for me, there's a little eyeball, that lets you change your vision type. So if you have multiple vision types, you can toggle between like dark vision, infrared, or like what other vision types you have. Like I think there's one like a dragon vision or something. But if you only have one choice, then all you have is dark vision.
That's what I got.
You got me excited, and then I only saw one choice. So.
Yeah, and if you grow tired of seeing everything in grayscale, because one of the things I had forgotten is like for your guys' characters, everything's been in grayscale, right? You don't see any of the rich, vibrant colors.
Because we're Bro, is it the dark?
Yeah, so like it's like watching a 1950s sitcom, right? Like The Honeymooners or something. But if you ever want to have a true color clarity, you can always light a torch or turn on a lantern.
All right, I have a lantern. I want to put it on. Let's see.
All right, so you right-click your character and go to the fire character, the fire symbol.
Got it.
Oops, I just inadvertently did it for you. And then click it.
Yay! Can I move?
You guys are free to move, except I want to give you a little bit of narrative, right?
Yes.
There is a skeleton laying in sort of the entryway, and you see a chest down to the south, and you also see this cave sort of branches down. Like you see tunnels heading in multiple directions. You see one to the east, one to the west, and one to the south. And you guys can move within your normal movement. And if you're going to investigate or whatever, just let me know what you want to do.
I looted the
My
corpse.
movement is still locked.
And you looted the corpse. All right. And that's between you and the corpse. I don't know if you want to tell the team or not. It's up to you. I couldn't figure out what that sound was. That was the sound of you looting the corpse. I forgot I added that.
Movement's locked, by the way.
Oh, I'm sorry, you guys. I thought movement was off. I had it. Oh, I have it set to no movement, just to prevent some characters from just wandering.
Me. Oh, look. Ooh.
Yeah, and it's orange as opposed to the normal blood red. Huh?
Fancy.
So, Tyros, as you come down, you hear some scurrying coming from multiple directions to the south.
Do I want to head towards the scurrying or away from the scurrying?
I'm slowing down and pausing and trying to ascertain how big that scurrying is.
Unless I hear otherwise, the other characters are always going to trail behind you guys. So.
I'm gonna light a torch.
All right.
So that we can see.
Couple torches. Will it get brighter?
It will. It will. I mean, only in the sense that if you turn on 2 lamps in the living room, it gets more. It doesn't get twice as bright, right? It just illuminates more areas.
I want to go in the living room and try it.
Toph's like, hello.
I want to make our way over. I want to go to this chest.
Sounds good. I'll hang out with you.
And
as Tyros walks over there, I'll be like, dude, look up first.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Yeah. So you.
I am.
Are you just opening it?
The chest for I'm checking the chest for traps.
All right, let's do that.
I love when the DM's like, did you open it? No.
By the
No, I
way,
did not.
this time I am gonna look up before he opens it too. So you can let him do his check, but I'm gonna look up in the ceilings and stuff now. I'm like, all right. Oh.
Yeah, Theros is having a seizure.
I know, right?
I like
Massive
his
stroke.
beard doesn't move, but the rest of his head does. His
I
beard
know.
just like stays.
It's just
And then
these
there's
didn't work.
one eye looking at you, one eye looking for you. Like,
Both
I wish you could just-
move. I'm the skeleton.
You're used to move. I don't know what happened. All right, yeah. So you don't perceive any traps or anything on the chest, but just sort of incidentally, you do still hear some scurrying coming. Some from behind you, and some from the north and the south.
okay. Oh, I even hear them too.
Do I recognize the type of scurrying since I am from the Underdark originally? Like, does it sound like any type of creature I would recognize?
Yeah, can we do nature checks or survival checks?
Yeah, I'm gonna do survival.
'Cause
Good
I'm
call.
listening too, and I think about
Well, no for that person.
And the sad thing is that
one.
I'm trained on it. I'm good at it.
All right, so we got ourselves a 13 and 11. You don't know a ton, but what you pick up from the sounds is that these are not these don't sound like footprints or footsteps. It feels more like claws or mandibles or sort of scurrying, right? It doesn't sound like a spider because you're familiar with spiders, but it does sound like something with sort of like a spider-like leg.
And the hairs on the back of my neck just stood up.
And there's a reason for that, because you get this distinct feeling you should look behind you.
Well, let's do it. I want to look behind me.
Well, I mean, I'm talking to Tyros because this is only for Tyros.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So as he's feeling the hair stand up on the back of his neck, he's also how far?
So can you? I should be able to see what you see. So
Yes,
down to the
and
to the southeast. Do you see anything to the southeast?
I do, and my dagger of warning starts to quiver a little
To
bit.
vibrate. Yep.
Yeah.
And
I'm
what
not sure what this is.
what you see is
Roar it.
I keep yelling at Tyros, are you going to open the chest or what? Come on.
This is like, shh.
Oh my god. What the hell is that?
That is nasty.
so no one else can see this. So Tyros, I'm gonna
Well,
see if you know what this is. This is a nature check.
Okay.
Oh wait, so you can. Who else can see it?
I can.
No, I can't see it.
Oh,
I'm right
can see
here.
it.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Oh yeah, you can see it too. Okay. Good. So nature. Start up.
I know nature stuff. Don't roll one. Don't roll.
All I know right now is it doesn't look friendly.
Does it make your belly gurgle?
Ooh.
Ugh.
All right. So 14. Toph. You just sort of you sort of under your breath. You tell Tyros, be still. That's a carrion crawler,
It's a carrion crawler.
right? You know that it has tentacles. You know that it's misleading because it has a reach of about 10 feet. So it doesn't have to necessarily be right next to you, but it can whack you with its tentacle pretty good. It has wildly disturbing teeth coming from just too many angles, and they're at like too many directions, and there's too many rows. Like basically, to describe the teeth, the phrase "too many" is in front of every description of this carrion crawler, right? What else do you know for a 14?
Do they eat carrion?
They eat carrion. So you do know that's a good one. Yeah. So you do know that much like the cube that sort of wanders around looking for unfortunate victims, right, that it can absorb and just sort of digest, carrion crawlers are sort of the catfish of the cave, right? Like they're the bottom feeders, right? So they'll happily kill something and eat it, but they're just as happy to eat a corpse. And Toph, this poor skeleton to your left, right? You're not sure if it's been hit by one of the cubes or picked clean by a carrion crawler. But the fact that there is a skeleton indicates it is probably a crawler, because that gelatinous cube would have probably absorbed all of it. The last thing I'll give you for a 14 is they don't typically travel alone. And Tyros, no sooner have you looked that direction than you think, wait a minute, and then maybe you should look behind you.
Arrows again takes another look and sees another one to his northwest.
Ooh, I can't see it. Really? Ooh.
You can't see that. Yeah, so you can tell them that. But so the bottom line is, Dinjarin has yelled, getting some goo on his neck. You've made enough of a ruckus fighting a gelatinous cube that you've sort of called forth the scavengers.
I look over to Toph. And it's like two of them that I can see.
And
I kind of point in the directions that I know they are.
Yeah, and they have spotted you. And as such,
Did they just see Tyros, or did they see? Have they seen Tyros?
Both have seen me.
But
One
you've
has seen Toad.
And have you? Yes. So they've seen you, but have they? So the rest of you, have you? Does the rest of the team know? Are you telling the rest of the team, or is it just the two of you?
Oh yeah, we're saying, guys, there's more friends. They're called carrion crawlers, and they're no fun.
Then I need you guys to roll for initiative.
Yeah. Did it work? I think I did it.
I think you did.
Yeah, that's cool. I did it from a different place than I've ever done it before. I like doing it off the portrait. That's really cool.
Okay, so I have just discovered the same thing today that I can roll. It is so much easier than the other one that restacks everybody.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Good on that. Uh-oh. Someone's flushing me again. That's I think the second time Jarns went to the potty. He must be having belly gurgles. All right. Yeah. So you guys are in combat. I'm not going to officially start it, right? You guys have right of refusal. I'm going to give you a chance to scheme. It's top of the round. Tyros, you're up. You're up first. What's your plan?
My plan is to fry these fuckers.
Yeah,
they are not going to walk away from us, and I know nothing of them, but they do not look like reasonable creatures.
They're not intelligent from what I know. Let's fry them. I'm melee, so I will hang back until you get a chance to cast at them. Are you casting?
He's a.
I do have a cantrip, so I can throw a firebolt.
He's a rogue.
Okay, cool. Yeah. If anybody wants to fireball, now would be the time.
I think Curtis is fireballing right now.
Actually, I was thinking of an immature joke. What if somebody put like, "I need to go to the restroom," and they just stayed there on camera and didn't go anywhere? Would you be like?
Oh, that would be bad. That would be. Well, unless maybe they have a stadium buddy, I guess. So. I do want to call out the first group of people to come up with something nasty was not the nerds. It was the athletes, right? The people, the sport fans. So it's not a D&D buddy, guys. It's a stadium buddy for people that go to games.
Stadium.
Yeah. All right.
Have you seen the golf buddy? That one's bad too.
Which one?
The golf buddy. It's the same concept.
Oh, I don't even want to think. But anyway, I'm going to hit begin combat. We're in combat turn. Go ahead and so Tyros, your plan is to do what? And you can take your turn when you're ready at your leisure.
Yeah. Basically, the plan is we're gonna fry these fucking things. They're, pardon the language. They are not to be reasoned with. They will eat us, and they will not go away. So, I'm targeting the one that is closest to me, which I believe is Jala, and I am going to use my firebolt.
Okay. And I think this calls for this quirky battle calls for quirky combat music.
With our little Super Mario hat.
Yeah. Ready to stomp some Goombas in this cave.
Alright. Has anything happened yet?
I see you just lit up with the thing.
Oh, okay, there it is now. Okay, so because this creature has not attacked yet in this round, I get advantage. Wow, that is laggy.
Yeah. But you did 8 points of fire damage. So you got that going for you.
Okay, and then I also have where is it? Sneak attack. Sneak attack. Wow, this is laggy.
Yeah, and the funny thing is the pings aren't bad, but I have another theory. Move your mouse button over the tab for this game, and tell me what your memory usage is. I'm gonna bet it's around 2 gig.
I have it set as an independent window, so I don't think I can see that.
Okay. Well, there went your sneak
Yeah,
attack.
mine's at 1.9 gigabytes.
Yeah, we have a memory leak.
Did my sneak attack apply any damage?
Because our pings, by the way, are green. So I'm not going to blame the server on this one.
Yeah. So I imposed sneak attack, but it didn't give me a roll. So I do get a 3d6.
Okay, you just want to roll it manually?
Yeah. That's chat. My dice icon is not working for manual rolls.
Wait a minute, I don't see any dice below my chat window anymore.
I just see a single dice.
So type //r space and then what are you rolling? Then 3d6. Yeah, that's the old-fashioned way.
Okay.
Look at that.
Go.
Look at that.
That was a nice
16.
roll. That was nice.
So let's take 16 away from Hala.
So it's 16 plus the original 8, correct? So it should be 24 total.
It took the 8 off already.
Oh, it did? Okay, great.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Okay.
So yeah, you guys see some Kyrian blood just sort of like shoot out of that hallway, and you don't know what he's shooting at, but you just see this sort of like mist of blood go like whoosh just out into the hallway.
And with that, I am now going to move into this little corner and hide.
So what I'm hearing is that Tyros aggroed a bunch of shit and then left you all alone.
Yep.
Deal with it. I'll see you later.
This is the life of a person on the front line, man.
Yeah, but I'm, where am I? I need to, like, I am right beside Toph, hiding, so that if there is a melee attack on Toph, I can do a reaction.
Okay.
And that is my turn.
All right.
Uh-oh.
So, in this room you're in is about, well, I don't know, probably 30 feet ceilings, right? Like cave ceilings, so it's a little inconsistent, but kind of up.
Oh no.
Oh, there's a little Jala. And
Oh.
you hear this thing scurrying around, and you're hidden, Tyros. But then you see sort of on the wall, sort of up above, it sort of tracks over the top of you. Toph, you see it sort of like land behind you, and it moved because it moves not just on floors.
Fun.
So it's like, oh, nummy yum yums.
Yeah.
It doesn't
We're
actually say
spicy
that.
Yum yums. We're fiery yum yums.
So yeah, like this, the look of this little mandibles get super excited, right? Or I guess it would be its ganglia get super excited because like there's food and it sees that there's more than just like, so it's like yeah, and you hear it sort of making this sort of like skittering, echoey sound, as if it's like sort of echoing through the cave system. So it doesn't take much to realize that it's calling its friends. Speaking of which, I've clicked the button. And it misses.
Yes.
Ooh, you're glowing
Yeah.
green. What's going on? What's that mean?
I have no idea.
Oh, it was trying to get you. That's what I think it was. That's its attack. Does it have
cool.
multi-attack? I don't think it has multi-attack. Well, sons of a bitch, it does not have multi-attack. Next turn.
Is that within melee?
Is it within melee? What do you mean?
Yeah. Like, was it a,
It has a
was
10
it
foot.
a, right, so was it a, is he within 5 feet of me?
Yes.
Okay, so I have a reaction, Sentinel attack. When a creature within 5 feet of you makes an attack against a target other than me, I can use a reaction to make a melee attack against
Go for it.
that creature. So I am going to use.
Is that a feat? I like that one.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, you're fine. I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong person. Yeah, you'll be unhidden, by the way.
I will be unhidden, I realize that.
Yep.
And that's fine. I just want this thing dead. So I will use my rapier.
It does not cotton to your desire to kill it, just so you know.
No, it doesn't need to. Okay, so I need to attack it, and now I will use my rapier. Where did it go? There we go. Oh, sorry. My rapier is not. Oh man, everything is.
A lot of rapiers going on.
Sorry, this is so slow.
Yeah, we're gonna play to the bottom of this round, and then we'll be done. So let's just muscle through. Hopefully it lags. It doesn't lag us out of it.
Oh,
right.
cool. I don't feel like I've seen the attacks done out before. Have I? Or
Yeah,
like
no,
showed
those animations. I mean, they're always changing them and making them better. But yeah, saving
so
throw.
Funny. I wonder if my thing never has shown them before. Because maybe I've never been this zoomed in. I'm always like looking at little dots from really far out.
Yeah, it helps to zoom in. There's a lot of even the tokens are really detailed. If you zoom in on that crawler, it looks pretty good.
Yeah, I do see it. Yeah.
And it has teeth and horns and ganglia and little skittering feet. Right?
Yeah, it looks pretty gross.
Ironically, that's what shrimp and seafood looks like to me. So are you done with your turn then? Is that it, Theros?
Yeah.
Or your bonus? All right. So Tempe's Tempe hears action going on, and I think that he would get into melee or into range here. I think he'd get to about here. Now I have drugged the token. Let's just wait for it to move.
4 hours later.
Exactly. All right. So there you are, and
He like flipped right over me.
Yeah, he pushed past you.
Run to flip, landed.
Yeah, there you go. So there it is, targeted, and I should make him shoot with his sling. Part of me wants to shoot with his sling. It's kind of interesting. It's a +3 to hit.
What?
Yeah, he has a bonus to it. He has a bonus to damage and attack. I'm gonna try it. Let's see what happens. Okay, I clicked it. Let's see if it ever registers. All right, it's equipped his bullets. Solid hit.
Wow.
Favorite foe, yes. Holy crap.
Wow.
So he... I'm not going to tell him that he should use this sling. So he pulled this thing out, and he got a lucky shot off. And that bullet precisely clocked that carrion crawler right in the noggin, hit its brainstem, and just burst the back of its head out. And it just falls to the ground. You're all covered in carrion goo.
Wow.
Yeah.
With a sling.
Yeah.
I just say I'll never doubt your skills again, Tempe. Like that was amazing.
There. Okay, so it's now an item pile, by the way. Did you guys loot the gelatinous cube, by the way? I was curious.
No.
All right, I'll make it an item pile too, so you guys can do it if you want. All right. So Tempe is like, I think he gets a second shot right? But he point five.
Right.
Oh yeah, he can't
Yeah,
move in. He's gonna stay. He's gonna stay in the position he's in. But Tempe does see something coming down the hall to the south. Which is now in combat with y'all. In fact, I think he would take. I think he would take that shot. So he's going to target this for his second shot. And oh wait, does he get a second shot because he shot with the sling?
Oh yeah, it's just the attack action.
Okay.
It doesn't matter what he attacks with, but as long as he takes the attack action.
And do you think he would use the sling again? I think he would. I think he'd feel pretty good about
That kind of damage? Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think he would be like, oh wow.
See, you guys have all these other weapons, but I think you guys stick to the ones that you know. Sometimes there's a reason to do other things. So it's a solid hit again.
Another.
That thing goes through, and let's see what kind of damage it does. And you're going to be surprised, because for this weapon, he does 11 points of damage with this little sling. And that ends Tempe's turn. He does call out, another one to the south, like that. Glory, I think would she would engage, right? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So she can move 30 feet. So that means that she can get to right here. Let's see if it ever moves. I'm just hoping that we make it to the end of this round before my game crashes, because it is becoming unusably slow. Alright, there she is. And does that give her a view of anything? Oh, it barely does. Yeah, so she can attack the guy to the south, just barely. She's going to have some cover issues, but she's going to go with, I think, what is she going to go with? What ranged weapons does she have? Nothing equipped. She has no weapon equipped. Alright, that means she's going to go with an Eldritch Blast. Someone might want to let Glory know that she needs to equip a weapon, or she should probably have a weapon equipped when she plays.
Didn't she have like a staff? I thought she had a staff.
Yeah, she has weapons. She doesn't have anything equipped. Okay, so Glory just both critted and fumbled at the same time. But she was rolling with advantage, so she's lucky because that was like legit. It couldn't have been any more opposite than that.
That's very Glory.
That's pretty amazing.
So we've got some damage going on, some force damage. I have so many dice on my screen right now. And all of that spectacular stuff, and it gave her about 4 points of damage. And that ends her turn. Toph. So much blood.
Did she get anything for her crit?
Oh, sorry. Sorry. 1 second, Toph. Thank you. You seem familiar. As you attack your target, you had a childhood memory randomly pop into your head. A little companion from your past, poof, next to you appears, and that pet until your next long rest. Choose one of the following: cat, dog, pig, rabbit, or chicken. They have 5 hit points and are your familiar for the day, which is going to make...
It can die.
Yeah, of course they can die.
We know what it'll be.
Do we?
A puppy dog.
I don't know. Alright, fine. So, right in front of her appears... Why did it turn into a spider? It was a dog for a second.
Well, because Glory would have turned it into a spider shortly.
Here we go.
There's a spider.
There's the dog. Little Stas appears in front of her. Alright, Toph, it's your turn now.
I must protect the dog. Move forward so I can see stuff.
The crawlers would be extremely excited because they like dog.
I'm gonna stand in front of the dog protectively.
My doctor's calling, so you do your thing. I'll be right with you.
Sounds good. I'm gonna hit stuff. It is going really slow, sorry. Kind of
Oh, that's okay. All of us are.
Yeah, I don't know how this is gonna work out. Windows not updating anything right now. Alright, here we go. It says no target selected. Okay.
Sorry, I'm back. That was they wanted to confirm that they wanted to beat up my mouth on Tuesday, so I said yes.
Awesome.
Oh, more fun.
I need to confirm I'm actually targeting something. It looks like I'm not, so like that.
Okay, I see you're targeting the carrying crawler to the south.
Yes. And so now, if I roll attack, a miss. And then can I do reckless attack now? How do I do that?
Oh, you're asking the DM. I don't know.
I think
Which I
you
know-
have to do it before.
You have to do it before. Oh, okay, okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool, cool. It asked me before, but I thought it was an after thing. Okay, cool. No,
Maybe
I'm
it is
good
an
then.
after thing. I thought it was a
No,
before.
It asked me before, and you think it's before, so it's before. Sweet. Okay, well then I'm going to glare menacingly.
Well, you can. Which are you glaring to the one to the south or to the one to the west?
Glaring to the one to the west. And I'm gonna end my turn. In a way, how do I do that? It's not.
You hit end turn, or if you're using that flag thing at the top, I think there's a button for you guys that says end turn or next turn.
Yes, I
There
did
it
it.
is.
Yes.
Awesome. Stefanos is gonna ready herself in case anyone needs healing or whatever else, but other than that, she's good to go.
Good.
Actually, she's gonna back up a little bit.
Oh, she's over encumbered.
Yeah, she is.
We'll work on that later.
Actually, you know what? I think Stefanos is gonna use her turn. She doesn't get to move very far as a gnome, but she wants to get more into the action so that she can heal people if needed. Right here, she can go as far as this. Come on, there it is. And now she's just sort of readied for the heals. All right, this guy comes up, and he sees lunch in front of him.
No eat dog.
If it ever moves. Target. Yeah, you're standing between it and its delicacy.
No eat dog.
It's going at you with a bite. You see its little ring of teeth coming at you,
Too many.
all alien-like. Ironically, I just had a call from the dentist.
Oh.
It's a miss.
Oh. Is it?
Wow.
Disadvantage, flanking. That ends its turn. We're gonna make it, you guys. We have 2 turns and then
Alright.
see if it crashes.
Oh, hold on. It's doing a weird thing again. I run up to it. Ah! And I take my favorite thing to do, which is slash at it with my sword. If I could get it targeted. I think I have it targeted now. Yes, I do. No, don't show me the descriptor. Attack it. Okay. Oh, that wasn't good. So I'll attack it again with my second attack.
Okay.
Hold on. Taking a while for pop-ups to come up. Oh, I was supposed to hit the first one with the damage too, by the way. I didn't realize that, but that's okay.
Okay.
Ooh. Nice. Congrats.
Boom. So I swing down, like I swinged and I missed, and then I just come with the backswing and slash at it again. As hard
Awesome.
as I can.
Do you get a dog? Like Oprah and Cars, everybody gets a dog.
And then I get a roll from the critical hit table.
You do.
Ooh.
Which I haven't seen come through. You do twice the critical damage to the target. So what? How much did you give? How much did you do? You did 16.
16. Yeah. So.
So let me take another 16 off of that.
Ooh,
So.
like, so my sword got stuck, and I was just like going like this and just pull as hard as I can to pull it even all the way across.
Yeah, and a little bit of what looks like maybe some like Red Lobster garlic butter is on the sword. But so, and in your excitement from the beam above, you feel something wet drip onto your neck, Dinjarin.
I turned my but at the same time, like I go like this, and I just start looking up. I'm like, uh-oh. I know what that is.
Yeah, and behind you appears a gelatinous cube.
Oh my god.
Get the dog and run!
Like, yeah. You just hear like a, oh.
Maybe the gelatinous cube wants to eat the creeper crawlers.
Yeah, except for the fact that the creeper crawlers leave carrion parts all around for the cube to consume.
I think it appreciates.
I think that when push comes to shove, that cube will consume anything in its path. It's just a mindless machine, right? But given the choices in front of it, the buffet, it would probably sort of stick with what it is right now. All right, so it targets Dinjarin. Let's see what we see here.
Oh, it's too late to do something else on because I already ended my turn.
Yep.
Yeah.
But that's okay. And as you're thinking, like, I should have done that other thing, this giant ass like tentacle comes at you.
I do like that it's a different color than the last one.
Yeah, I do that on purpose so they can differentiate them. And does it hit? It does.
Oh, that's impressive that it hit me.
Yeah, it must have a nice.
Barely hit me.
And how much damage does it do? An all of 3.
Do I have to do a Constitution saving throw?
Yep.
Did we supposed to be getting a happy thing for him having critted, or was that just glory?
What? Happy thing.
Y'all gave Glory a dog, and I didn't understand why, because somebody else critted and they didn't get a dog. So I was just
There's a table that when we get a crit, it randomly chooses a thing to happen. And so like, because her random crit was a dog, like she got a special like thing up here. Mine was I got more damage on top of what I already get with a critical hit.
That's better than a dog.
Yeah,
I like it.
And almost all of the critical hit wins are positive. I think there's one negative, right? And I think on the fumbles, they're all negative except for there's one positive, just to keep it interesting. So, you did the...
I did technically get a creature as well that came after my critical hit. So I mean, it happened to be a gelatinous cube, but I did get something.
Are you thinking about taming it, keeping it for you? I was curious with that dust of dryness. Can you moisturize something, right? After that? Could you carry a gelatinous cube around in your pocket?
Obviously.
I wonder.
Are you happy to see me, or is it a gelatinous cube in your pocket? Anyway, speaking of which, it ends his turn, and Lorson, brand new to battle, super excited, does this little move it likes to call Engulf.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
Nope. I don't
Hold on. Almost there.
I saw this movie.
Yeah. Hold on. One more. A little bit farther. Why isn't that moving?
I do think I have to take like a Constitution or some sort of saving throw, right?
Oh yeah, it's a whole thing. So let me open up this thing.
Please hold. Your engulfment is important to us.
Yeah, so you guys, this gelatinous cube like just crawls over both of you, just sort of like gooing the hell out of you. And what this means is, so the creature moves up to its speed. While doing so, it can enter large or small creature spaces. When the cube enters the creature space, the creature must make a DC 12 Dexterity saving throw. On a successful save, the creature can choose to be pushed 5 feet back or to the side of the cube. The creature that chooses not to be pushed suffers the consequences of a failed saving throw. Now, on a failed throw, it enters their space, and the creature takes 3d6 acid damage and is engulfed. The engulfed creature can't breathe and is restrained. It takes 21, or 66, acid damage at the start of each of the cube's turn. Right? When the cube moves, the engulfed creature also moves. Right?
Oh my!
Now on your turn you can try to you can take it, use your action to make a DC 12 Strength check to escape. Right?
Well,
but that happens after you take the damage. You can then try to escape.
I don't think I have that much health. You said 66, or am I?
No, 6d6.
Okay.
Oh.
I heard the same thing. I was like, I'd be like, that's it, done.
It's not great either way, but.
Yeah. So somehow I've got to figure out how to target all of you under the cube. And if I do that, and I'm going to there it is.
Does that mean Hadar is also in the cube?
No, he's big, so he's 4x4. So he's not engulfed, but he is engulf adjacent. Yeah. All right. So.
And hey, there's a cute little another one down there I didn't notice until right now.
You got another cube? Another friend?
Another one of the little, whatever those other creatures are.
Oh, fun.
All right. So doing a DC 12 Dexterity throw for you guys. Dexterity save DC. I think it was 12, right? Yes. Start epic roll. Come on. 2 failures. 2 failures. What a way to end the game.
No. Wait, this save is from an effect you can see.
I have no know what that is, but okay.
Boom.
Damn.
5 and a 24.
All right, so I don't know why this is a choice that anyone would make, but you can choose to either be pushed 5 feet out of the cube or stay in the cube.
Well, I can see it because, like, if you're on an edge and your choice is get pushed and fall off the edge or go in the cube, you're gonna pick in the cube, right?
So are you choosing to pop out?
No, I'm getting pushed away.
Get
All
me
right.
out of this thing.
So yeah, so you go like
you choose where we go. We
Yeah.
don't get to choose necessarily stuff.
yeah.
Great.
So you're going to here. Maybe. And you're going to go away the other way. Okay. So yeah.
Better than I thought.
And then let me move Toph. Okay.
Did we take
You-
damage anyway?
Hold on 1 second. So I have to look. Okay, so successful. I'm looking to see the success because you didn't. Both of you succeeded. Nope, you take no damage.
Oh, nice. Okay, but y'all don't want to touch the cube, FYI.
Yeah. So, Dinjarin, both of you have like sort of cube goo, and you're now cube adjacent. And you're like, what the living? I can't believe that neither of you failed that. Bummer. So, but anyway, when we next play, because that is the end of the stack, we will roll initiative for this round. We'll be at the top of the stack. You guys are now in the cave system, and at least the little inner voice is like, "Fuck, is this what it's going to be? Is this what it's going to be?" But at least you're not trapped. You could choose to leave.
We could.
So, yeah.
Well,
all right.
I'm kind of in a spot where I am trapped.
Well, yes, you were trapped. Yeah, Dinjarin, it's not lost on you. It's not lost on you that what looked like a tunnel heading to the south is a dead end.
Yeah, so I'm like, uh-oh.
All right. So when we next play, bottom of the stack, Dinjarin, Toph, and, well, ironically, Stas, the dog, you're in battle with Lorson, Hadar, and Rurik. Now, Hadar, he's not doing so well, right? And you've already dispatched one of their other creepy crawlies. So maybe these guys are just more burden than monsters, but I don't know. They're giving you a pretty good run for your money. So it's their way of saying, welcome to the cave.
Yay.
Any questions before we drop?
Look
No,
up.
are we rolling for initiative now or when we start next week?
When we start, we'll start rolling initiative next week. Then that'll give everyone a chance to, when they're playing, to do so. So awesome.
Perfect.
I'm going to maybe call anyone who has some free time at some point over the next week to help me run a fake session to see if what's causing all the memory leaks. Because would you all agree it was fast at the beginning, or faster at the beginning, and then progressively got worse?
Yes, I agree.
Okay. Yeah, so something's not releasing memory. All right. Cool. On that note, I will see you all next week. Later.
Thank you so much. Bye, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.